I don't know about you, but I love it when I see my girls come up with their own solution to a problem. This is something that we've been working with them on probably since they could talk. Because, critical thinking to me is an important thing. Problem solving is an important thing. Have they always done a good job with it? No. Let's just talk about Kira's chipped tooth. But, it's all okay in this because I look at them now and sometimes I see these solutions and it blows my mind that they have taken the time with this skill and they've practiced it and they've come up with an answer. Well, I want to continue today this series as we're looking at the different skills as part of skills-based learning. And today I have for you 7 activities for problem solving. Hi, welcome to Learning Life, and thank you for joining me with this series on skills-based learning. Today, we are going to look at 7 activities for problem solving. Don't you just love that? Don't you just love when you can just get something that you just feel like so good about? Do you know what I feel good about? Is you, my faithful friends who is watching, subscribing, shooting me comments. Thank you so much for that. And it's not too late to subscribe, like, and tell a friend. Well, skills-based learning. Yep, you've been hearing it from me. Have you got it? I love it. Well, today I want to give 7 activities for problem solving, okay? Problem solving, I love. It's that critical thinking skill. Like for me, it's been important to work on it with my girls from a very young age. And what is problem solving? You know what? It's realizing, there is an issue. Here is my end goal. There might be some obstacles along the way. What can I do to get there? What are the steps that I must take? What must I do to overcome that obstacle in order to get there? And it is part of that whole critical thinking process. And I love that. I love watching children think something through. Have you ever watched a small child, those little wheels turn as they're like, and they're like, if I do this, I could get in trouble. But if I do this, that might be okay. That's all part of it. To me, that is problem solving. Which behavior will I do? And it is great to watch our children really develop these skills. Remember, these skills are like a muscle. We have to strengthen them. We acquire them through practice. And like we're seeing with these activities, sometimes there is overlap as we hit those 4C's of these skills: the collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and communication. So let's jump in and look at these 7 fun activities for problem solving. A to-do scavenger hunt. Yes, it's another scavenger hunt. I get that. I talked about that in the last video. I do love scavenger hunts. Now, that one was a team-based one. This one is a to-do one. And here's what you do. You give a time frame and you give these activities for them to do. Maybe it's write a poem or, something else that they could be doing, but it's done within a time frame. Maybe you assign different point values to it and understand maybe it's not possible to get all of these activities done within that time frame, but what can I do to make sure I get the most number of points? What can I even do to try and make sure that I can complete them all and do a good job with it? It really is fun to watch some of these processes with children. They don't have to be down steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can move it all over the place. Maybe something lends itself better to come before or after another thing. But these to-do sort of scavenger hunts really work on that time frame and what can I do to achieve something for the most maximum effort within that time frame. Jigsaw puzzles. Now, I sort of have a love-hate relationship with jigsaw puzzles. I do love the idea of them. I just hate that it can take a long time. I just want them to be done quickly. That's my problem that I need to solve. But jigsaws, we use them from small age, where we're just putting the shape inside, like the shape. And then we move on to 4 pieces and then 8 and we build up and then you become amazing people that do 5,000 piece crosswords. And I'm like, why? Because you love that challenge. there is that critical thinking, there is that problem solving. And for children, it really helps them to see, we know the end goal. It's that completed puzzle. We've got that picture in mind, but how are we going to get there? Do we do all the borders first? Or do we pick like one corner and we're only doing this and build out? There are so many different ways that we can be doing a jigsaw puzzle and, so many solutions. So jigsaws are great even from a young age, thinking those 4 to 8 pieces. Absolutely. Build them up. I've hit my limit. I'm really good at 24-piece jigsaw puzzles. I really am. But I understand that they really help us with our thinking to get to that end goal. And that's what we want. Move an object. It's sort of like move that bus. But hey, here's where it is. You give restrictions. Yeah, so let's think. I'm giving you a balloon and I want you to get it from point A to point B. But you can't use your hands. Or maybe you can only use a straw. Or you can only use your head. When we're providing these restrictions, now all of a sudden it's like, what is it that I can do to get from point A to point B and meet all of the requirements? And what's really fun is you can have 3 children who give you 3 very different ideas on how to get that object moved following the restrictions. You can't use your hands. You're going to see some child using their feet. Or maybe someone, it's a balloon, they'll put it between their knees and just walk it. I love watching how different ideas just come out, and every child is going to give you something different. So move that object. The floor is lava. Oh, my girls love this. They love watching the show The Floor is Lava and seeing the people get sucked in. And they love that song on YouTube, where they get it when I say freeze, the floor is lava, But I've watched them do it around our house. And this is a great game for problem solving. I have to get from there to there, but I can't touch the floor. Or maybe there's a gap or there's an obstacle in my way. What do I do? And you can do this outside. It doesn't have to be inside, but this really is a fun thing. And again, you're going to watch, if you have multiple children, they're all going to do something a little bit different, which is always great. And then how do they react when they hit that floor and they're out? Well, this one really is fun. So I encourage you to try it. I know sometimes I don't want them jumping from furniture to furniture. We'll do something outside with pillows and cushions, find a way to get them to just be thinking outside that box and thinking how I can get here. And I've got that obstacle. The floor is lava is a really fun activity for problem solving. The alphabet game. Now, I remember this as a child. I went shopping and I bought an apple. And the next person, I went shopping and I bought an apple and a banana. The aim of this game is to get through the alphabet with the theme. So food. And, you take it in turns to hit all 26 letters of the alphabet. And can you come up with a food for all of those? And you might be thinking, well, how is that problem solving? Well, some of those letters don't necessarily lean themselves to a lot of different foods, or maybe you've got to try and do it within a certain time. So you can't think for more than 5 seconds, but it's also following down alphabetically, which is a good thing. It's part of that thinking. Maybe if it's not food, it's animals or whatever it is that you pick. This is really good for our younger ones to be thinking through steps and processes to complete the alphabet, which is what we want. We're building things up. We don't just throw them in the deep end with different things and say, now problem solve. No, we're building up along the way. So the alphabet game is a great one for that. Make your own board game. Have you ever done this? I remember having to do it at school. It was so much fun. We got to make our own board games, provide your children with the materials. The thing about making these board games is you've got that end goal to win. And what are the steps along the way? Are you going to have obstacles? Like in Snakes and Ladders, you hit the head of the snake. Oh, you've got to go down. In Sorry, somebody lands on you and boom, you're back. Sorry, as my girls would say. So creating your own game is fun. And then you have a family game night where they have to explain all the different rules and you get to play it. So this is a great one for building through all the different steps, and maybe you hit a snafu along the way and be like, oh, well, that doesn't work. Can I change my game in order to make it better and not have that little issue right there in the middle of the game? Because that would not be fun for everybody. So make your own board game. Capture the flag. This is always fun. It's a great teamwork one as well, collaboration, but you can also do it individually. Who's going to get the flag first? Or another variation on like steal that jewel. Not that I am promoting stealing, but think rainy day, I've got a hallway. Oh, I'm going to make a laser web down the hall using painter's tape or yarn or string or something. And there's my jewel at the end. Can you get that jewel? Can you get through that laser web without getting caught? And these ones are fun. You've got to think through the process of how you're going to get there without getting caught. And, along the way, we sort of think, okay, these are the obvious obstacles. But what happens if you suddenly throw, a different one in at your child? How are they going to respond? How are they going to react? That's actually really fun to watch when all of a sudden, you've changed in a way the rules halfway through and they're like, oh, and then you have to adapt. Well, these are 7 fun activities, and I hope that you maybe could enjoy them all, but if not, pick one and think, oh, what could we do as a family this week that, we're working on problem solving, part of our critical thinking, and just have fun with it. Please, this is why I'm sharing them. I would love for you to have fun and to see, so many of these things don't have to take this concerted, this is my learning effort, but just getting in there in the moment and practicing these skills, which is what we want. Well, stay tuned for more videos on some other fun activities that you can be doing to be learning these different skills and to be practicing these different skills. And if you've got some ideas, share them. If you've done something that is fun that you enjoy, I would love to hear all about it. Well, thank you so much for watching today and being part of this and being part of this team. We love getting these videos out there for you. And if you would like to join us as part of our team, then you can, and you can do that as a champion. Check that out at patreon.com or at my website, learningthis.life.